Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. In our today's lecture, we are going to learn about the data pre-processing technique, which is a data reduction. A database or a data warehouse may store a terabytes of data. So it may take a very long to perform a data analysis and mining on such huge amounts of data. So a data reduction techniques can be applied to obtain a reduced representation of a data set that is much smaller in volume but still contain a critical information. So in short, because we all know that data warehouse is a bunch of many databases. So if we analyze the data, so it is a very time consuming. So to solve this issue, we are introducing a data reduction techniques. So by data reduction techniques, we are reduce the dimension of data warehouse so that we can easily analyze that data. So suppose this is a database of a data warehouse. It may contains 4 attributes, which is numbers, year, quarter and cells. Yes. So suppose it contains many attributes, so it is difficult to and if we want to perform analysis on quarterly based cells, so for that we only require 2 attributes, which is a quarter and cells. So we'll reduce this data and we'll create one new tables that contains only 2 attributes, which is a year and quarter. Yes. So rather than considering all that attributes, we are only considering the 2 values. So this is how we are reducing our data for our analysis purpose, so that we can easily and we can quickly do our task. So that is a data reduction. We can do this data reduction task with many strategies or with the many techniques. So these techniques are a data cube aggregation, dimensionality reduction, data compression, numericity reduction, and discretization and concept hierarchy generation. So let's understand each technique in detail. So the first is a data cube aggregation. So we all know that what is aggregation. Yes, aggregation is a process where summary or aggregation operations are applied to the data. We are just summarize our data. Yes, so that is called the aggregation. So in the data cube aggregation, suppose you have collected the data of your analysis, and this data is consist of all electronic cells as per the quarter for the years 2008 to 2010. So you are however interested in annual cells rather than the total per quarter. Suppose you want to analyze your company's cells based on year, not based on the quarter. Yes. So thus the data can be aggregated so that the resulting data summarize the total cells per year instead of per quarter. Yes. So we are aggregated our database, or we can say that we can summarize our database such that it contains only that attribute that on that we are interested, such as years and cells. So now this is a whole data set, and we are summarizing that data set into that small data set which contains only 2 attributes, which is a year and cells. So the resulting data set is smaller in volume without loss of any information necessary for the analysis task. So that is all about a data cube aggregation. The second technique is a dimensionality reduction. And the dimensionality reduction, it reduces the numbers of random variables or the attributes under consideration. It may helps to eliminate the irrelevant features or reduce the noise, and it allows to more easily visualized, reduce amounts of time and memory required by the determining algorithms, and it avoid the cause of dimensionality. Here the word is cause of dimensionality. So before we'll understand what is a dimensionality reduction, let's understand what is the cause of dimensionality. So the cause of dimensionality is a real data usually have thousands or the millions of dimensions. For example, a web content. So a web content has a dimensions like a vocabulary of words. Second example is of Facebook graph. So if data is of Facebook, then the dimensions are the numbers of users. So if the data is very large, then it has a many dimensions. A huge numbers of dimensions cause problems, data become very sparse and some algorithms become meaningless. So the curse of dimensionality is basically means that the error increases with the increases in the numbers of dimensions. So as shown in the figure, this is a one dimension data, this is a two dimension data, and this is a three dimensional data. Yes, so in the one dimensional data, if we want to select a data point, then we can easily select the data based on the x-axis or by choosing that one dimensions. It is something like if we have a similar types of data values and choosing that value is very easy task. Second is the two-dimensional database. In the two-dimensional database, if we want to select one data point, that we require two parameters, which is the x value, x coordinates, and the y coordinates, and based on that coordinates we can easily select a database. So here dimension is increased. So suppose we have one basket and it has a many types of elements. So by choosing that particular element is a difficult task because we have to compare each an element, and based on that we have to choose our required elements. Third is a three-dimensional database or the multi-dimensional database. In the multi-dimensional database, there are many attributes. Suppose let's take an example of Facebook. So Facebook has a many users and each user has their own history. Yes, so that is all stored in the multi-dimensional database, and analyzing on that database is a difficult task because it has a many dimensions. So it may possible that it contains errors. Suppose if we want to select one data points from the multi-dimensional database, so we have to consider many attributes, many dimensions. So by doing that task, it may possible that some error are occurred. So basically error is increased when the dimension is more and errors is decreased when the dimension is less. So the curve of dimensionality basically that if dimension is increased, then the error is also increased. So that is all about curve of dimensionality. Now we know what is a curve of dimensionality. So now let's move on to the dimensionality reduction. So in the dimensionality reduction, we have a lots of dimensions data. We have a multi-dimensional data available in our data warehouse. Now for our analysis task, if we analyzing on that database, then we have to consider many attributes for our analysis, and it may be a very time consuming. It may possibility that it may results in some errors here. So that we are reducing the dimensions into a smaller dimensions, and then after we'll apply that analyzing technique on that, so that we can easily analyze the data. We can reduce analyzing time, and also we can get the correct output very easily. So that is why, or that is the motive behind the dimensionality reduction. So in the dimensionality reduction, we are converting our three-dimensional or the multi-dimensional database into the two-dimensional or the one-dimensional data. Suppose in the example, this is a three-dimensional database. So we are applying the dimensionality reduction technique on that, and we are converting that data into the 2D or 1D representation. So as per figure, we can say that this is a three-dimensional data, and by considering this database is a difficult task rather than two-dimensional and one-dimensional. We can easily perform any task in 1D or a 2D data. So that is why we are performing the dimensionality reduction on the data warehouse. The third technique is a data compression. You all know what is a data compression is, because this subject is already in your previous semester. So I'll just quickly revise this thing. It is the process of reducing the numbers of bits indeed to neither store or transmit a data. So this data can be a text, graphics, video, audio, etc. So this can be done with the encoding techniques. Data compression techniques may be classified into a lossless or the lossy compression. Suppose this is a database. So we are compressing the database such like A is occurred 8 times. So A is we are writing A at a one time and then we write a count that A is repeating 8 times, B is repeating 6 times, and C is repeating 2 times. So this is how we can compress our database so that we can reduce our data size. So that is also a data reduction techniques. Lossless and lossy compression. Lossless data compression makes a use of data compression algorithm that allows the exit original data to be reconstructed from the compressed data. So as for in figure, if this is the original data and we compress the data, after the decompression in the lossless compression, it generates the original data set without losing any data bits. While in the lossy compression, a lossy data compression technique is one where the compression data and it decompression retrieves a data that may will be different from original, but it is close enough to useful in some way. So in the lossy compression, after decompression, some data bits may be dropped. So in lossy compression, the generated data is not exact at the original, but it is somehow similar to that original database. So this is all about data compression. Fourth technique is a numerosity reduction. Numerosity reduction technique replaces the original data volume by alternative smaller forms of data representation. It means we have a data, we are replace that data into some alternative data forms which is a smaller form of data representation. So reduce the data volume by choosing the alternative smaller forms of data representation. So that is a numerosity reduction. Numerosity reduction has a many different techniques. Like first is a histogram. We are converting our raw data or the numbers data into a histogram so that we can show our data as in histogram, and it is a smaller form of our data that is stored in the database. So this is how we can show our data is reduced. Second is a clustering. We are grouping our data into a similar groups. So data may be grouped into their own category and we can use one representative of each cluster so that we are only using that representative for each cluster. So that is how we can reduce our data. Third is a sampling. So in the sampling, if there is a many population or many samples of database here, we are choosing only a one sample from that. Suppose we have a many people around us, and if we want to take a blood samples, then we are not taking blood sample of each and every person, but from all that person we are choosing only a particular types of person, and we are taking a blood sample from them. So this is how sampling is work. We will discuss histogram, clustering and sampling in detail in our later lectures. So this is all about data reduction techniques. In the data reduction, we have learned in the database or data warehouse is a very big. So the data reduction technique can be applied to obtain a reduced representation of data set that is much smaller in volume but still contain a critical information. So that is a data reduction. It has a 5 techniques, which is a data cube aggregation, dimensionality reduction. Third is a data compression. Fourth is a numerosity reduction, and fifth is a discretization and concept hierarchy. So thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.